Hello guys, my name is Wolfkann and welcome to episode 2 of Unturned. Today, we are going to be going back to Germany, playing normal, and we're going to hope that my game does not crash. So, last episode, I came from, I think Berlin was the center town that I came from with the collision base, with the bridge. I stole a car, I took 2 tires from another car, and now I am on the mountainside of a mountain near a seed bank, and it's going down sun time. So I organized my inventory. That's all I was able to do. I was trying to record the earlier version of this episode. Might have kind of a flashback intro right here of this, but yada yada yada. What happened was I was sitting there recording, and my recording software decided to say, "Hey, your microphone isn't working." So I'm like, "Oh, God, no!" So I stopped recording. And take a look at the video. The thing was recording the entire time. It just decided to do that on purpose, which was sad for me because I panicked. So I didn't know what to do. So what I decided to do was restart recording, and then right when I was about to press record, my game crashed. Black screen, everything. And I just face palmed. So I went up, I grabbed some leftover steak tacos that my mother made. Took off what I don't like because stepfathers. And now we're here. So, sundown. I've got my base on this mountainside. I have no idea where I am, since I'm thinking Berlin is about here. No, zoom out. Okay, Berlin is about here on the zoomed out part of the map. I took a car ride around here, so I'm thinking I'm somewhere around here, because I can see about both. I can see pretty good distance about both ways. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay here until the seeds grow. And I'm just gonna rob the seed bank every time it has item spawns, at least until I can get something that's better enough for me. I'm just gonna eat these chips. My PC's getting louder, it does that. Sometimes it crashes. I have more set on performance than volume. Alright, I've got my flashlight. Now here's something interesting you guys might like. In Unturned, you have your primary slot. You have your primary weapon, your secondary weapon, or melee, or tool, or whatever. Now, if your weapon is not one of these types of things, like a flashlight's counted as a melee weapon, an umbrella's counted as a parachute, common tool, optic, tool, whatever, you can right-click it and press a key 3 through 0 for 10 as a quick bind. So if I press 0 now, it pulls out a tire. So, my tactic for what I do is I put my umbrella in my hands. Now, I know you can do it here, but it used to be in the original in the first start of 3.0, you couldn't do it unless it was in your hands. And I never knew that, so I'd always flip out like, hey, why aren't my tool blinds working anymore? I would always be so panicked about it. I'd put my umbrella here, my normal gas gun here, my car jack here, and I guess binoculars there. And then I'd leave stuff open for here. But I have a tool now. 3, 4, 5. This is usually 5, that would be 6. I'm gonna just make that 7. 7 would be a fishing pole, and 8 would be like a hang glider. I don't know, because you can get those. But I don't think I can get them here. Anyways, so that's our thing. Now these are gonna, you can see, they're gonna take a while to grow. Now there's good news and bad news. Good news is I've got a cleaver, which counts as a melee weapon. Any melee weapon, if you take enough hits to a tree, I was hitting this tree earlier, it'll timber over and get some logs. So I'm gonna hit this tree. I'm just gonna mute my mic so you don't have to hear the echo. This is gonna be 5 minutes of me doing this. Don't worry, I'll have headphones eventually. Alright, I'll have headphones eventually, pretty soon, where you don't have to hear this. I figured it's probably dark for you guys, so if it's too dark, I am so sorry, but I cannot find the logs. Where are the logs? Come on. Tree, come on. I spent 5 minutes chopping you down. Where are your logs? That's a stick. Yeah, it looks very dark on my recording software, so I can see perfectly fine. You guys might not be able to see anything except the ground over there. Okay, well, my efforts of doing that were wasted on nothing. Wait, actually, no, I think I can make a torch. Torch. 4 sticks. Alright. Back to cutting down another tree. Anyways. Well, at this point, I'm trying to get a light source set up so I can see where I was on the hill. So when I come back here, I don't have to worry about, hey, where's all my plants and stuff? Where's my bed? So sadly, sitting here for 5 minutes and cutting down these trees is oh, log, perfect. Alright, I think I can make a saw. I think I have enough scrap metal for that. This one? Yeah, here it is. The saw allows me to cut up logs, so I can cut this log into planks, which I can cut into sticks. Perfect. I crafted 3 torches. Just goes to show you can't do a lot with 2 sticks. Alright. Yeah, I need a wall. I've used up all my scrap metal for this, so that was 12, I think. Place this here. Metal plate, beware of robotic termites. Yes, perfect. I'll place. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no! No, it crashed again! Or it's loading. I'm gonna go with it crashed. Okay, I'm back. My game decided to, take a pee on me and, crash. And I lost everything. So, I'm gonna redo this. Might as well, I'm just gonna speed this up. And then you guys will just watch the outcome of my horrid failure. I guess I don't need to speed that up. I'm gonna try this again. And I'm just gonna hope to God that I don't crash when I place my torch this time. But just to be safe, I'm gonna go to graphics. I'm gonna do skybox reflection off, and then lighting quality, we're gonna go to medium. Change this to medium. Sorry guys, I'd rather not have the game crash every time I want to place down a light source. Perfect. Alright. Well, now the sun is setting earlier, and we pretty much just gotta redo. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait for it to get entirely nighttime. Then I'm gonna head out. So, I guess my plan for right now is organize my inventory. So, now that I can ever do all this, I'm sad. The ironic thing is, this game usually never crashes for me. This is the first time this has done this twice. Not personally, I'm getting a hint. Not a major hint, but I think it's because I'm using a recording software. It just decides to break. Not for any specific reason. It just wants to break, just to break. So that's probably what I'm going to be worrying about today. Like, the next 10 episodes are going to be let's hope game doesn't crash. Episode 5, I finally fixed it. Episode 6, I lied, I didn't fix it. Or something stupid like that. Now, I guess what I should do in the long run is, well, go after a charter map, and then, oh no, satellite or map, sorry, GPS or map, and then plan what to do from there. Now, perfect. Okay, now we're perfect. Alright, well, I got my bed made. It's pretty much nighttime. Let's head out. Now, realistically, I probably would have been dead by now, because zombies would have already swarmed me. Unrealistically, I killed all the zombies in there, so I could have technically just moved in, put in some barricades, and then never have to worry about it again as long as I didn't make any noise. But also, unrealistically, zombies respawn here because, you know, you have to have a limit on how many zombies are here, so. Who knows, I could have walked past like 50 zombies, but I only had to kill 2, and I only would be able to kill by 2 of them. I got rid of my Luger. I guess it's a choice I regret now than later, but in my defense, I wasn't going to carry around an empty gun forever, so I'm just gonna not worry about it. At least you guys can see now. Alright, I'm gonna walk. Shut up, PC. Alright, we got 1 zombie there. I'm gonna turn up my nearby draw distance. Also, we're gonna turn that to medium. Medium or high. Cobra mag. That's oh shit. Sorry, I have an instant swear reaction. It's nothing personal. I might censor them, or I might just make this a let's try not to swear series. And I'll just have a swear counter in every single episode. Ding, 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 every time I swear. See if I can actually do it. Nah. I'll do that. I apologize for anyone that's listening. For future episodes, if I get popular, or if I don't, then I just get stuck with my little fan base that I grow, which I'm perfectly fine with. It's always fine to have a starter fan base. I will try my hardest to not swear. I'll try and be Markiplier when he says, I won't swear, and then 5 minutes later, or 5 seconds later, in fact, in one of his episodes, he accidentally just starts swearing his head off. It's all censored with pictures of funny things. So now that I have a flashlight, I know there was that little hole in the wall, and last time I checked, in this game there was a recent, when they updated Russia, they added an effect to where if you go inside really dark places, the screen will get entirely black, and you pretty much can't see. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flashlight, and I'm going to go down and explore there, and we'll see from there. Now, the reason that, like, you may see later on in episodes that I'm not really noticing my stamina or something is because when I drag this, it's, the bottom part of the screen kind of clips on my desktop, because I don't have it in full screen mode, because my recording software doesn't record good in full screen mode. So I have it in, like, a windowed mode, and it has little black bars on it. Now, I can do it fine, But the problem is, sometimes I won't be able to see the top of my screen, or I won't be able to see the bottom of my screen. So I sacrifice the bottom because I'd rather be able to see up higher than usual. And I can always just look to my left at my recording software, because that's a lot easier than looking up, because then I can just turn my head to the left and see it better. Yeah, here's what I mean by it gets dark. See, you can see over there, but now it looks pitch black. Ooh, spooky, spooky, scary skeletons, or some Tombstone remakes or something like that. I don't know. I think. Okay, this is kind of little head banging. I don't know. Take a look here. I'm taking a right because right is always right. Oh, it's obvious. Oh, and it looks like it didn't matter. Okay, well, never mind. Alright, so I'm gonna be looking for the ravine in the center. I know it exists. I've seen it in the trailer, Easter egg. I saw that he was wearing night vision, and you don't just wear night vision for no reason. I mean, you don't leave it active for no reason. Also, I know they have a tunnel that goes straight to the collision. So, I'm near Berlin, which means I probably am near the middle of the map. Sorry if you hear the chewing noises, I'm eating tacos with someone. I'm gonna get lost in here, and then I'm just gonna die. We're good years later, they'll just be like, these two miners show up. I'm like, after society's been out, I'm like, hey, what's this guy doing here? Like, probably died trying to look for the ravine. Could have just taken a left at the last turn. But no, he didn't listen. I didn't listen to them because I thought right was right. And then there's just skeleton remains and all that stuff. Alright. They're going the right way. Yes, we made it. Alright. I won't die a horrible death. At least, not yet. Probably not. Even if it's daytime, it'll look like this without a light. Alright. So I guess another information-wise... Ooh, flare. Oh god! Kill it! Kill it with fire! Kill it! There's two types of ranger. There's military and ranger. Like, it's a joke because there's military and then there's the ranger outpost. But it's actually stuff like ammo cartridges that AK-47s and stuff take off, like the Iraqs and stuff. They take ranger, but normal military weapons such as the UMP, the Empire, that's what it's called here, and all that stuff take. Oh yes, I want that. Sorry, Cleaver. Wait, no, I'm gonna scrap you. Scrap my butcher knife. Not being a psycho murderer today. Or these two, I don't need those. Anyways, take that one though. You do use different type of ammo boxes to refill ammo. Flares you can throw to provide light. That is samurai hat. Cool. You throw to provide light. They don't throw a lot of light, and they also distract zombies by what you saw. They'll run after the light source, and if you're too close, they'll run after the sound of throwing that plays when you throw them. But other than that, they're pretty cool. Not really that much about them. Oh. You got civilian armor? I'm gonna beat you up. Yeah. Eat it. You died. So I think lore-wise, this is the resistance that doesn't like the collision. They don't like the government. These are people that like, they rebel. It'd be like people that don't like Trump that start rebelling or stuff, or they want the monarchy, what we did with the Boston Tea Party and all that stuff. We didn't like that, so we would rebel against them once we got over the colonies, and they did over the taxation and all that stuff. And all that history stuff you'll learn about, you already know about, and I'm just ranting on. These guys don't like the collision. The collision is a ragtag group of military survivors, government officials, and all these other people that are trying to rebuild society. Oh, I don't care about G-Force. Sorry, drivers. popped up. Anyways, the people that don't like having new society, they want to keep the old ones. They don't want to have free society built. They want to live like how they do now. They want to be the Outlanders, if you've ever heard of what those are. They don't people that go off the radar, so to speak. They don't want to be bound. They want to live outside of government rules because they don't like government. So what these guys did is, if I can find the note here somewhere, they attacked the collision base with success. They had people pretending to be survivors go in the base to let the people into the sewers, and then they released the quarantine zombie individuals. Or Mega Zombie, I think, is what they're called. They're like the tanks. They're the tanks from Left 4 Dead, pretty much, just in Unturned, with different abilities. Butterfly. Butterfly. Ranger puzzle. Ouch. I need an engineer. And a blowtorch. Anyways, they're like tanks. They pick up rocks and they run at you. Some of them have electricity abilities where they can zap you. Others do ground pounding where they crushes the ground around you. And then some of them are just everything. They're acid. They can go invisible. Purple ones, if I ever run into them, they call them flankers. They're like if it's middle of the night, you'll only see the red eyes if you're lucky. If you're not lucky, it's a normal night, you won't see them until it's too late. They will be on you, just eating you, pretty much. They will take bites, whatever. You will be, it's over with. Now, interesting lore-wise, I don't know how the infection works, because when the character dies, they don't just turn into a zombie, and when you get bit, you don't slowly turn into a zombie, because you could cure yourself with a vaccine, and you're perfectly fine. I think the issue with this infection is, when you're infected, you're not like the decaying zombies, because when you hit these zombies, they bleed like actual blood. All this infection does is it like takes over your mind. How do I put this? Human plus infection equals brainwashed human that acts like a zombie. If it bites someone, the infection can transfer into them. If someone dies, I don't think they can be reanimated. I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. Unless the infection kills them, like kills the vital parts of their brain that make them think. Like they only have their primitive version of the brain, then that might work. The green skin might be from decay, or it might be from the infection. One of the two. Don't know, don't care. I think it's raining in the game. Oh no, waterfall. I'm going swimming! Oh, it happened. Actually, anyways, that's about it. Otherwise, I couldn't find the papers, so I'll go back and forward. So that was pretty interesting, the waterfall. But lore-wise, I think they wanted to rule themselves, and they didn't want to be bossed around by some government because they hated government since the day one. But literally, some people know, little these people probably know, humans were born with a sense of cooperation. The lone wolf, in some situations, can survive, but when the wind falls and the storm dies down, the lone wolf lies dead while the pack is still alive. We were bred as primitive in our primitive ways, and even now in society, we have to have a team. You can't do everything yourself, and people who try ultimately fail. It always has happened, and it never will change. We won't be able to reach that state of evolution where we won't need other people, because if we don't need other people to survive, then it'd pretty much just be one-on-one deathmatch, and we'd go extinct eventually. There wouldn't be breeding. There wouldn't be children, pretty much. Children would be left to fend for themselves. We'd become extinct, or we'd become endangered animals. But as humans, since day one, we learned to group into tribes, and tribes will fight. clans will fight, groups will fight. And in the game Unturned, this is something that no one keeps to notice, and I hope people do this. I do it, but frankly, I can't anymore on PvP servers, player versus player servers. When I spawn in game, the first thing I do with nothing is I go and I find friends. Not normal people. I get basic clothes and that's it. I don't have any guns or anything. I go to these big clans. And what I do is I don't just go run around and scream, I'm gonna kill you. I go, does anyone need help or can someone help me? I gain friendships. I gain a village. What I will do half the time is I will make a town. And then I will defend people in that town. We will all join a group and we will become trusted. The problem with this is, though, that these gangs of raiders and stuff are just like the people in the ravine. They don't want a city. They don't want a town. They don't want a government. And you saw what happened to the people in the ravines. If you don't cooperate and you don't have a team, a government or a governing property, and no one has a role to play in society, you're gonna fall. That's why a lot of empires will fall. That's why a lot of people aren't good at their job because they don't know how to work with other people. It's natural. It's just how life goes. But people don't understand that. So their issue is they don't have cooperation. How many did they get? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So that'll be eventually everyone's downfall. And if the society collapses and people start fighting, what's going to take us down isn't what started the apocalypse. It's going to be ourselves. It's going to be humanity that takes us down. Because we don't cooperate. Alright. Well, the moon is sailing. It's getting close to daytime. I think that'll wrap it up for this episode. Sorry, I got a little bibliographical or scientific on you guys, but I promise I'll try a little harder next time to stop with the sense of life and all that stuff. Oh, there's Wolfkann signing off. I'll see you guys